Alright folks, Coach Neil here back again. I'm going to try and make these videos daily from now on and give you some sort of consistency with what I do. I'm at the beach for a change, and what I'm going to do today is something different. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes for people to jump onto this live, because normally I'll just get on, say my piece and fuck off. But it's occurred to me that as I'm doing that, people are jumping on, and they're jumping on in the middle of what I'm talking about. They've got no idea what I'm talking about. Right, if you've just jumped on, g'day Jeremy, g'day Lester, hold on for 1 minute. I'm going to wait for some other people to jump on, and then I'm going to tell you why I go to the ocean, or why I go in the ocean as often as possible, and the benefits of that in terms of health and well-being, okay? I mean, obviously we all know it feels great at the beach, but I'm going to tell you why the ocean in particular is fantastic for your health, okay? So yesterday I talked about what did I talk about? Ions. I talked about ions yesterday, and today I'm going to talk about minerals and bacteria. Okay, so ocean minerals and ocean bacteria. All right, and I'm going to wait about maybe another minute. Hello Jane, how are you? Good to see you. John, g'day mate. Just give me a minute. I'm going to wait for some other people to jump on, and then I'm going to tell you what this is all about. All right, so bottom line is it's about the ocean, its minerals and its bacteria, and the benefits for our health, okay? Jealous in the UK, you know what, mate, I'm from England originally, so I go back occasionally, but only when it's warm, and then I piss off again. So sorry about that, mate, but I tell you what, I wouldn't recommend jumping in the British Ocean. You'll never get out because you'll freeze to death. But anyway, I'm going to tell you the benefits of the ocean, but then I'm going to give you something you can do at home, by yourself, in your bathroom, which will mimic the benefits of the ocean. All right, so Marky Mark, hello brother, give me 1 minute, mate. I'm just telling everybody else I'm going to wait 1 minute for people to jump on, and then I'm going to talk about the minerals in the ocean and the bacteria in the ocean and why they're good for us. All right, I'm just going to step back a bit because I'm near the water. Last time I nearly lost my phone. Where are we going to go? We'll go up here, I think. All right, so hello Paula, how are you? Just give me a minute. I told everybody else I'm just waiting a minute for people to jump on. Then I'm going to talk about the benefits of the ocean and its minerals and its bacteria. All right, take a seat. So I'll show you where I am. Who said that? Jeremy White? You would have only been here 2 days this year. Yeah, that's about right, mate. Yeah, because the UK only has 2 days of summer. Marky Mark, well I could tell you that, bro, but I can't tell you that because I'm incognito, I'm in stealth mode. All right, because I'm checking things out. You've probably heard the story. Anyway, mate, just stay tuned. I'll tell you about the good stuff here with the bacteria and the minerals in the ocean. And these live videos will be pretty much daily from now on, so you get some sort of consistency from me. All right, let me tell you where I am. Boom. I'll show you where I am. So at the beach. What beach are you on? Can't tell you, Jane. I'll tell you later. All right, so here's the beach. G'day John, how are you, mate? So I'm on an island, all right, so the benefit of being on an island is I'm pretty sure this ocean water is as clean as it's going to get. All right, now I'll tell you the reason why that's important in a second. All right, but bottom line is if you're going to go in the ocean, which you should as often as you can if you are capable of doing so, then you want to make sure that ocean is as clean as possible. So you don't want to be swimming in the ocean out next door to a sewage plant. You don't want to be swimming in the ocean where water runs off the streets into the ocean. It's full of flood runoff, all right, because that stuff is fucking disgusting. Okay, right, cool. I'm going to flip this around. Boom. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to get started now. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the ocean and its mineral content, why it's good for us, and also the bacteria, which is good for our entire microbiome. Okay, so in the ocean there are probably every single trace mineral known to man, so probably about 84 trace minerals. Okay, we need 60 of them for optimal health. All right, so and not every day, but say over the course of a 7-day period you want to consume or absorb 60 trace minerals to give your body and your cells optimal function. All right, so this day and age I can pretty much guarantee every single one of you, every single one of us, me at some stage also, still am, have been mineral deficient. Okay, and the reason for that is the food that we eat these days is shit. Okay, so even if you eat fruit and vegetables all day every day, if you buy them from your local supermarket, you can be guaranteed the mineral content is not what it once was. Okay, it's probably been commercially farmed, which means the land has been raped. Chemical pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, you fucking name it. All right, the food is covered in that shit for a start. And then second of all, the mineral content of that food is probably down 50 to 70% from what it was supposed to be 50 to 70 years ago. All right, so bottom line is we're all mineral deficient these days, and mineral deficiency is one of the leading contributors to all illness and disease on the planet this day and age, okay? So yeah, bear that in mind. Now, probably the most common one these days you would have heard about is magnesium, okay? Sodium, I'm sure you're well aware. Sodium chloride is salt, which is the most abundant mineral in the ocean. Magnesium is the second, okay? You've got sulfate, you've got manganese, you've got phosphorus, you've got selenium, you've got iodine, you've got... there's tons of them, okay? Now, in the ocean, on the seabed, you're going to have a greater concentration of minerals from deep down, so deep ocean minerals, they're called DOM, all right? In the surface, there's not going to be as great a concentration, but trust me, you're still going to get significant magnesium and trace minerals that you need for optimal health, particularly, you know, salt, magnesium, calcium. Calcium is the third most abundant in the ocean, so it goes salt, magnesium, calcium. Okay, and coincidentally, they're also the most abundant in the human body. Go figure. All right, so if you believe in the theory of evolution, we once crawled out that fucking water and became, you know, whatever we became, half fish, half man. At some stage, we turned into, you know, half man, half ape, and then here we are. All right, but anyway, so the ocean water contains the same mineral abundancy as the human body. All right, and that's not a coincidence. All right, in the wars back in World War I, World War II, or whatever, they used ocean water as intravenous saline solution for fucking wounded soldiers, okay? So clearly we have a connection with the ocean that, you know, goes back millions of years or however far back we go, all right? Just speak to people that work from the beach, you know, well, not work, but people that their passion is at the beach, you know, ocean swimmers, surfers, you know, people whose livelihoods, you know, they live next to the beach and they use the ocean and the beach for their livelihoods. They're fishing and so on and so forth. They've got the best health in the world. The only sort of issue with those people possibly is skin cancer, but I think you'll find that the degree of skin cancer in those people is actually lower than people that don't go to the beach and the ocean. All right. So anyway, my point is this: if you get in the ocean, if you're capable, for 20 minutes, say. Every second day, if you have that ability, you will never ever have a mineral deficiency. Okay, your mineral levels will be spot on. Okay, now when you're in the ocean, you absorb those minerals transdermally through the skin. Okay, now the beauty of that is that the skin, the human body, is such a magnificent organism that once you reach peak level, as in your reservoir, your dam, so to speak, is topped up, because that's what it's like. A human body is like a reservoir or a dam for nutrients. Every time you eat and drink and take something in, you either replete those minerals and fill the dam, or if your food is lacking those minerals, then each day that you perform your biological processes, your minerals go down and you deplete the dam. All right, so hopping in the ocean every couple of days for 20 minutes or so will replete those minerals and rebuild your dam. Okay, so your reservoir gets topped up. All right, if you've got a full reservoir of minerals, then you're going to suffer less from stress, anxiety, cravings. I mean, it's impossible to list everything that minerals affect, but let me tell you, they affect everything. All right, if you've got low minerals in your body, you will get sick and suffer from many different sort of ailments and conditions. Okay, so you know, bottom line is, if your minerals are at peak, your health is at peak. If your minerals are depleted, your health will be depleted, and you're more likely to get sick and suffer from diseases and illnesses. All right, and that's just part of the equation here. Okay, so the next part of the equation, let me just, conclusion: hop in the ocean every couple of days, 20 minutes or so, and you will rebuild and replete your minerals in your body, and you'll never have a mineral deficiency again. Okay. Now let me go back a bit. The way you can do this at home is, if you don't have access to the beach, is a mineral bath. Okay. Now I've talked about this before on my timeline. I think I've done a video once or twice. I've even done a post. So a mineral bath is at home in your bath. You just get yourself some magnesium chloride flakes. Oh, sorry, magnesium sulfate flakes. Sulfate is better than chloride. Okay. And you let them dissolve in a bath of hot water. And then also you want pink salt, okay, about a couple of 100 grams of powdered pink salt. You put that in your bath water and let that fully dissolve, because that's got the 84 trace minerals on top of the magnesium. So magnesium is one of the most abundant, obviously, and that's the one you need more of these days, because chronic stress depletes your magnesium in your body, and it leads to cravings, particularly sugar, and it begins a cycle of sugar cravings and chronic stress, okay? So magnesium flakes, pink salt powder in your bath at home, and it will mimic the ocean. It will not duplicate it because there's no bacteria, but it will mimic. So you'll still get the minerals, you just won't get the bacteria. All right. Now, moving on, that's the minerals. The other thing I want to talk about is the bacteria. So let me just flip this around. All right. So in this water out here are literally billions and billions and billions and billions of bacteria. You know, single cell organisms who, you know, contribute to life on Earth, okay? Now, obviously, you've got good bacteria and you've got bad bacteria. Now, the good bacteria are the ones we want more of, the bad bacteria are the ones we want less of, all right? In this water here, I'm pretty confident that the bacteria is mostly good, all right? You're always going to be exposed to some bad bacteria, but if you've got more good and less bad and a strong immune system, they're never going to bother you, okay? It's only when your immune system's fucked that bacteria, bad bacteria in particular, can make you sick. All right, let me flip this back around. All right. So I've spoken a lot in recent times about the microbiome, which is predominantly in your gut. All right. Well, your entire GI tract and your gut and your colon and everything. All right. But your microbiome is also all over your skin. All right, so literally millions of bacteria live on your skin, you know, and they just hang out having a party, you know, having a good old time. And the more good ones you have, the healthier your entire body is, including your immune system, but also the healthier your skin is. All right? So one thing I forgot to mention before, but the mineral content in the water is actually medicine for skin conditions, things like eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, you know, acne even. I mean, it doesn't get rid of the bacteria, but it will assist the healing process by adding beneficial bacteria on top. All right, so that's another thing. But popping back to the microbiome, okay, so your bacterial diversity is what gives you your immune system strength, okay, as well as your gastrointestinal function. So you've got optimal function and you've got low function. These days, so many people are struggling with gastrointestinal issues, whether it be IBS, Candida, SIBO, GERD, reflux, constipation, diarrhea, and these are all symptoms of a weakened microbiome with a combined probably chemical environmental toxicity within the body and or possible gut permeability or leaky gut. Okay, so bottom line is pretty much everything you're eating and drinking these days is making you sick, right? Unless it's 100% organic and you know where it's coming from, And the same with food, unless you grow your own food in a fucking garden that's been, nurtured with TLC and taken care of and loved, and the soil is perfect, you can be guaranteed you're eating fucking, chemicals and pesticides every day of your life. All right. But anyway, the microbiome of the ocean, the biodiversity is just through the roof. All right. And when you get in the ocean, you let those microbes and bacteria get on your skin, they contribute to your own microbiome. So they form like an additional bacterial diversity to your entire body, okay, which then in turn strengthens your microbiome and your immune system. Okay, so I mean, if you didn't know anything about this stuff, it's mind-blowing. It's absolutely fantastic how being connected to nature is good for your health. Simple as that. I'm talking about the ocean, obviously, right now, but the same thing applies out bush, in the mountains, in the woods. If you get your feet on the ground, if you get your hands in the dirt and the soil, you get bacteria on you. It's all good for you, unless they're bad bacteria, and unless you've already got a suppressed and very weak immune system, whereby the smallest amount of bad bacteria can make you sick. But my point is this: if you do as much as possible in your life to expose yourself to bacterial biodiversity and good bacteria, it will strengthen your own microbiome and improve your bacterial diversity, which I've said fucking 5 times, sorry, but improve your immune system strength. All right. So I think I've waffled on enough, but bottom line is get in the ocean for a number of reasons. the ions, okay, I spoke about yesterday, the minerals, which which mineral depletion in the body leads to pretty much every illness, disease there is, or contributes, I should say, and bacterial diversity. Okay, so the more bacteria you are exposed to, the more, the stronger your immune system will become, the better your microbiome diversity will be, and the less likely you are to get sick from day-to-day colds and flus and bugs and bacteria and stuff like that. I don't get sick, and I'm not tooting my own trumpet there. I just don't get sick. I travel the world. I go on airplanes. I don't wash my hands when I'm fucking traveling. I don't use antibacterial soap. Quite possibly the stupidest fucking thing people can do. If you're a parent with children, do not, please stop using antibacterial wipes on their fingers and faces all the time, and keeping them away from every possible source of bacteria, because you're actually making things worse, not better. Okay, why do you think there's so many life-threatening anaphylactic allergic reactions in kids these days? Because they're not being exposed to enough bacteria. If you have a cesarean birth, you are bypassing the bacterial, the microbiome that would normally be put on your baby's skin. So bear that in mind. Okay, so at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is minerals from the ocean, bacterial diversity for your own microbiome and strengthen your immune system, and ions from the air, which are feel good, boost your serotonin, and also it's the cleanest air you can breathe. So don't forget to do the 7 7s. Big deep breaths while you're at the beach, in for 7 seconds, hold, and then breathe out for 7 seconds. And other than that, like I said, if you can't get to the beach, then you have a bath at home with magnesium and pink salt. Relax in there for 20-25 minutes, maybe throw a couple of drops of lavender oil in there for some relaxation, maybe some sage. There's different oils you can use. All right, but my skin is in fantastic condition. Okay, I get in the ocean. I don't use chemical creams or moisturizers. I use coconut oil. That's it. Actually, that's it. Yeah, I use coconut oil on my skin. That's about it. Coconut oil and salt water. Oh, one more thing, sorry. When you jump out of the ocean, the first, your automatic response is to run and have a shower and dry off. Don't do that, okay? Just dry off in the air. Do not wash the bacteria and salt off of your skin until about 20 minutes later. The exception to that rule is if you are sensitive to salt, because depending on the salinity of the water you are in, your skin may or may not sting and tingle, in which case you can wash it off. And also your eyes. If you've got a young kid and you get salt water in their eyes and they're screaming and yelling, then obviously you flush their eyes and wash their face. But ideally you want to keep that salt water and bacteria on your skin for as long as possible after you've been in the ocean, and then have a rinse off later on. Okay, so on that note, folks, that's today's topic, minerals and bacteria. And cheers, folks. Thanks for watching. I will go through whatever questions have popped up, because I can't see them here now because they've got a great big stream. I'll go through afterwards and answer anything. Thanks, folks. Cheers then. See you. Bye.